Yo, YouTube, what's going on? It's JuanGotti here with another live stream. And as you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about everything the Washington Redskins, but specifically in the title displayed, we'll be talking about the weakest link on the Washington Redskins headed into 2020. So let me make sure everything is set up right and make sure, see if people aren't wait till people get in here. I was gonna make this a video, but I still am. But I want to get on live to talk about it too. So let's see if people come in here. If not, we'll still, talk about it though. Get out of there. I'm gone. Big racks. Let me see. Yo, what's up, Marcus Cox? How you doing, man? How you doing? 5 people in the stream, man. Let's go, man. Who do you guys think is the weakest link headed into 2020? I believe, you know what I mean. What's up? What's up, 301 Twan? How you doing, man? What's up? What's up? Um, we gonna talk about it here, but obviously the biggest weakest link that we all can agree on here today is probably the tight end position. Tight end position, we still have no one that's a serious threat. Well, we haven't seen, obviously, because they haven't had mini camp or whatever. We haven't seen a tight end that's really a serious threat. We have Hill Hedges, we have Thaddeus Moss, we have Hill Hedges, Thaddeus Moss, Jeremy Sprinkle. You know what I mean? So we still have some options. 301 Twan says Giants. I mean, I guess they're the weakest link as far as the schedule, but I'm talking about as far as like our players, our defense, offense, our tackling, whatever. What do you think is the weakest link? You know what I mean? We could talk about the Giants too. You know what I mean? Giants, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins should be a good one for the next 20 years. I mean, I don't like the Giants fan base at all because they seem to be very delusional, if you know what I mean. They seem to be very delusional. Make sure you guys share out the stream, thumbs up the stream, get people in here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so we get people in here. They seem to be very delusional, if you know what I mean. Yo, Justin, what's up, man? What's up, Justin? How you doing? Hail to the Redskins. That's right, hail to the Redskins. Hail victory, baby. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so we get people in here. Just hit 1K. Happy about that really much. Really appreciate you guys for supporting, and it's only up from here. So the weakest link, we already talked about it as far as like I believe that the tight ends are probably the weakest link on the Washington Redskins, the tight end group. But also you can throw probably the offensive line in there too, considering the fact that we lost Trent Williams, obviously the Pro Bowler, probably one of the best tackles, if not the best tackle in the NFL. So I mean, you could throw offensive line in there too. But I think tight end is really a bigger issue. Nicholas Reynolds, if I said that right. What's up? What's going on, Brody? How you doing, Brody? What's up, man? What's up? Yeah. So I believe it's tight end, offensive line. But you don't know until season really starts. But this is just a speculation going into as of right now. You know what I mean? So who do you guys think is the weakest link? And we don't even have to be about the title, weakest link. That's just something I want to talk about. But we could talk about anything regarding NFL, Redskins, sports related, anything. We don't even have to be sports. We could just talk about anything. Shout out to the 4 people in the stream. Make sure you guys share it out. Let's get some more people in the stream, man. Make sure you guys thumbs up the stream, turn on post notifications. Come on. Let's see some. He said safety, in my opinion. Yeah. You know, we got Sean Davis back there, Landon Collins, of course, Troy Ackley, DeShays Everett. Yeah, we got that's really yeah, that's a weak link. HTTR behind the enemy lines with Yemi. If I said that right, please correct me. I feel like I butchered it. What's going on? What's up, man? Michigan got thumbs up the stream. We're talking about what do you think the weakest link is heading into 2020 for the Washington Redskins? I believe it's tight end. My boy Nicholas believes it's safety. And no wrong opinion here. You know what I mean? It's all our opinion. Nobody's opinion is wrong. You can state your opinion. We can talk anything regarding the Washington Redskins, NFL, football, anything related. It doesn't even have to be football, any sports, basketball, because even although this is a football channel, I'm just as sharp about any other sports as far as the NFL. In fact, when the Wizards, the Capitals, and Nets start back up and stuff started to come out about them a lot, I'll be covering them too. So these back to the safeties. Yeah, I mean that's really a weak link, but obviously we know Landon Collins has strong safety unlocked, and I believe as though the coaching staff they really have good faith in one Sean Davis. Sean Davis, he's really solid, I guess you can say. But I mean, other than that, I don't really know too much about Sean Davis. Because a lot of Steelers fans were clowning the Washington Redskins for picking him up. Says let's talk about what's going on. Oh, let's talk about who got the best drip on the Skins team. Hey, we already know who got the best drip, man. We already know it's my man Haskins. I don't care what nobody says. Dwayne Haskins has the best drip on the team. Haskins, we can throw Geis in there. Maybe Terry. Who do you think has the best drip, man? I think it's Haskins, of course. Um, Samantha Fleming, what's going on? Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Samantha. Everyone, shout out Samantha, man. Get Samantha going in the chat, man. Shout out to Samantha. Hell to the Redskins, Samantha. Yes, let's go, baby. Who do you think is the weakest link on the Washington Redskins? He says, I agree, Titan is the weakest link. Yes, I do. I agree too, man. That's why I'm saying, you know, after 2020 happens or whatever, what happens going on, especially training camp or whatever, if training camp does happen, I mean, I believe that Thaddeus Moss could eventually turn into something as far as a starting caliber tight end. But as of right now, we don't know. We haven't seen him yet, so we don't know how good he is or how good he could be or how bad he is. Obviously we know what we have in Hill Hedges. Still a lot to be proven by Hill Hedges, but we know what we have in one Hill Hedges. So yeah, tight end is really the weakest link. We back to safety. Safety Sean Davis, Landon Collins, Troy Ackley, Shazer Everett. He said Sean Davis' first couple of years with Pittsburgh was pretty good. Yeah, I heard that, but it was a lot of Steelers fans. I don't know if you know this. A lot of Steelers fans were like clowning the Washington Redskins for getting one Sean Davis. He says, best part of my day when I hear that. Yes, sir. Man, I'm telling y'all, Haskins has the best drip on the team. Do I gotta pull up the pictures? You know, I'll pull up the pictures right now if you need me to. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing about that. You know what I mean? I can pull up Haskins drip right now. Haskins drip right now. Then second person on the team that probably got the best drip. I probably got to give it to Geis. Geis probably got the best drip other than Haskins, but Haskins is number one, man. The drip is crazy. Look at this. Come on now. You can't tell me the drip not crazy. You can't tell me the drip not crazy, man. This is when he's working out too. So just imagine when he trying to look sweet for the ladies. Samantha says WTF is drip. Drip is like fire clothing. You know what I mean? Like say if you like have on a good outfit and you look nice, somebody will be like, oh you got drip, bro. You drippy. Like that's what it means. He says Hell Hedges reminds me of Logan Paulson. Logan Paulson, yes, I remember Logan Paulson. Logan Paulson was solid. Yeah, Samantha. Drip is swag. I guess you can say that. Logan Paulson was pretty good. If you want to talk about old tight ends, Chris Cooley, Logan Paul for sure. Niles Paul. Any of y'all remember Niles Paul? He says Jimmy Moreland got the low key drip too. Oh, really? Let me go look at Jimmy's page. Let me look at Jimmy's page, man. Jimmy Moreland, straight out of JMU. I think Landon got some drip too. He better have some drip with all that money we paid him. Superstar Jimmy. She says, ha ha. Okay, yeah. Samantha, you got the drip. You got the swag. Everyone in here got the swag. Make sure you guys thumbs up the stream. Share it out. We got 11 people in here now. Let's try to get 20. Just hit 1,000, man. I want to thank everybody for 1K. Jimmy Moore. Oh yeah, let me look up Jimmy Moreland's swag. Let me post that right there for my boy Nicholas. Give my boy Nicholas a follow. Let's look at Jimmy Moreland's swag. Okay, Jimmy. This is the first pick I see with Jimmy. Got the chains on. This is the first pick. This drip right here, Nicholas. Let me see if I can angle it up for you. That's drip. It's solid. It's solid. I still believe my boy Haskins got the best drip though. But yeah. So weakest link on the team, like I said, is tight end. My boy said he'll just remind him. Justin said he'll just remind him of Logan Paulson. Logan Paulson was actually solid for us for a very long time. But I know tell me if you guys agree with this here. I kind of think that Thaddeus Moss can be like a Chris Cooley because he's undersized like Chris Cooley. He's not that fast like Chris Cooley. Chris Cooley was actually pretty fast for back then, but I'm talking about as far as like tight ends nowadays. So he's undersized like one Chris Cooley. He's not that fast. He can block very good like a Chris Cooley, and he can be a dependable receiver when need be. So I can really believe Thaddeus Moss can be like one Chris Cooley. He says, only swag I got is my Kush. He says, I'd rather hear news and thoughts about the skins from you than the junkies. Hope you run them out of business. Hey, man. Don't get me started on the junkies. If y'all ain't see my video about the junkies, well, it wasn't really about them, but I mentioned them in my video. The junkies, man, I don't understand it. I don't understand. Let me post that because really, the junkies are horrible. And the goal is to be on NBC Sports Washington, but I would never, rule to run somebody out of business because I ain't gonna never dig in another man's pocket. Hey, get your cheese, man. But the goal is to be on NBC Sports Washington one day, man. I'm gonna be on you guys' TV covering the Washington Redskins, and you can mark my words here. 2020, I said that. But yeah, man, back to the junkies. Let's talk about the junkies just for 2 seconds, man. Because the junkies, I heard that only one of them are the Washington Redskins, are a Washington Redskins fan. And if that's the case, then why are you covering the Washington Redskins? Because like, if you're not a Skins fan, of course you're going to say stuff bad about them. So what's your purpose of covering them if you're going to say stuff bad about the Washington Redskins? He says, who got the fire mumbo sauce in DC, fam? It's so many good carryouts in DC. I couldn't even pick one. You got Good Hope carryout. I think it's called Star carryout. But I'm in PG County. So if you come out here, you probably got a AAA. You know what I mean? Hey, PG County and DC got the best carryout. So wherever you go in PG or DC. Now there are some places in the city, DC and PG County, that do have some bad places. So probably Southeast is where you want to go get your food from. Says Cosby, yeah, Cosby. It's a shame to listen to the junkies always hate it. Yeah, always hate it. So speaking about the junkies, let me say this for a second. So the other day, I don't know if you guys seen their video or that when they were on TV the other day, they said they were talking about how Haskins has been working out. He dropped 10 pounds, 7% body fat. And then when I was watching their video, it was like they were downplaying him. They were saying, "Oh, Haskins dropped 10 pounds. Okay, he's supposed to do that. It's nothing special." That's basically what they were saying. And then they were making it seem like just because he's losing weight doesn't mean that he's going to be a starter, which is true to a certain extent. But if he wasn't working out, then you guys would be shaming him for not working out. Yeah. I'm live streaming right now, fool. I'm live right now. It's 13 people in here. See, look, it's 13 people in here, fool. I'm live streaming REDSKINS channel. All right, in a little bit, I got you. So he says, "Oh, where the sauce is fire, but I'm from VA, so a little difficult to cop." Yeah, you're in V. What part of VA you in? He says, "I haven't been home in 30 years." Whoa, what you mean? Where you at? Where you at? You haven't been home in 30 years. It's always backside compliments. Backsided yeah, you know what I mean. And one thing I just don't like about the Junkies is like they'll talk trash about the team. Of course, I mean, what good has it been to talk about the Washington Redskins in these past couple years? Nothing. But at the same time, it's just like, how are you going to talk bad about your home team? But then if they do good, they're going to try to act like they've been there. You know what I mean? They're going to try to act like they've been supporting them through the way. You know what I mean? But back to that, you said I haven't been home in 30 years. Where you been at? Where you at? If you don't mind me asking, I don't want to get. If it's too personal, you don't have to put it at all. Trust me. He says the Junkies downplay everything. Redskins, it'd be crazy. Yes, it do. It do. Now back to on topic here. Enough about the Junkies, man. We're not gonna make it about the Junkies because they don't deserve the attention. But back on topic here. So the weakest link after we talked about tight end safety. Do you guys think corner is also a weak link? Weak link could be corner too. You know what I mean? Because we don't really have a proven corner since Dunbar got traded. Outside of, I guess you can say Fab. Well, Fab isn't really proven on the outside either, but I mean he did have a nice stretch down, or had a nice couple games down the stretch last year where he had 2 games, where he had 4 interceptions in 2 games. He says, "Sorry, I'm late, but where?" He says, "But what are the Junkies?" So I don't know if you're in the DC area, but the DC area has this show on NBC Sports Washington 106.7 The Fan. The Junkies is where they talk about the Washington Redskins and all DC sports teams, and they talk so bad about them. Look them up on YouTube, 106.7 The Fan. He said, "Sorry, I'm late." Oh, okay, I read that. My boy on the warpath, Sanchez 405. What's up? That's like a big brother to me, man. Been in the game longer than me. Been in the game longer than me. Everyone go sub to on the warpath. I'm pretty sure everyone is already. But if you're not, go check them out. Probably one of my favorite YouTubers on that covers the Washington Redskins because he keeps it real. You know what I mean? A lot of people do YouTube, and I'm not gonna downplay them and say you not get your money, but of course get your money. But my boys, but they like to do it in a way where they have to be fake and always positive about the team. Hey, if the team is doing horrible, my boy Sanchez 405 on the warpath is going to let you know he don't care about nothing. He don't care about nothing. That's what I love about him the most. So everybody go subscribe to On the Warpath if you haven't already. Probably one of the best, if not the best, Redskins YouTuber out there. So he says corner. Let me see. Let me scroll up because it went down. So he says corners for sure. Yep. Corners is our weakest link. Don't listen to the Junkies anymore. I don't blame you for not listening to the Junkies no more. Let's see. Of course, on a warpath. We know we gotta spread the love, man. Of course. Don't gotta appreciate me, man. It comes from the heart, man. I'm not just doing it just to do it, man. It's all love. It comes from the heart. It's genuine. I promise. He says Monroe is a natural for. Yeah, I agree with that. Monroe is not made for the slot. I feel like all last year and all the time that he's been on the Washington Redskins, he's been uncomfortable with being in the slot corner. But as you seen, as soon as he got moved to outside, you seen how comfortable he got over the time. Monroe, yep. He says tackle position low key week 2. Yeah, I was getting there. And he says got a new sub. Okay, y'all be hey, on the warpath, Sanchez 405 got a new sub. Shout out to my boy Sanchez 405. Everyone go subscribe to him. I'm guarantee you won't be disappointed. Hey, and we got a stream coming soon on the warpath. Let me know some. It ain't no shame in my game. I'll hop on anytime with the quickness. You know me. Check your IG Sanchez. Let me see what else. Okay, so back to Vivian in the cornerback position. So yeah, all right. So if we're gonna go over the cornerbacks, we have Fab, we got Jimmy, we got Ronald Darby. Of course, we got a lot of corners here, but none of them are proven. So if it was to be game one right now, right? I feel as though the starting corners would be obviously Kendall Fuller. We paid him all that money. We paid all that money to Kendall Fuller, 4 years, 40 million. So Kendall Fuller in the slot, and I think it would be Fab and Darby on the outside. He says, "Can we really get Jalen Ramsey?" Of course, man. Hey, go look at my video. Go look at Street Scores videos, Pedro Smith video that they made on that dude, Jalen Ramsey. I'm telling you, we're gonna have over $100 million in cap space next year, so we're going to be able to get Jalen Ramsey. We're not going to be the only teams that's going to be interested, of course, because he's the best corner in all of football. But we might have the most luck with pulling one Jalen Ramsey. We already seen with him liking Dwayne Haskins and supporting him, and liking a picture of him in a Washington Redskins jersey. He says Sadiq Charles expectations. I mean, I like Sadiq. I like Sadiq, and I think that he'll be Trent Williams' replacement in the next couple years. Now, I believe that it's going to take him some time to become the starter over time. But I don't see him being a day one starter. Of course, maybe now because our left tackle position is kind of shorthanded, but over time, probably as he progresses and get used to the NFL, I believe that he will be the starter. He will be replacing Trent Williams. The only downfall to one, Sadiq Charles, and it's not really a downfall because Sadiq Charles could work on this over time, and that's strength. That's strength, and you get with the strength and conditioning coach, you'll be fine. So Sadiq Charles' expectations is high. It's high, and I really believe that he can be a starter soon. Says we got the money. Shout out to Bo Box. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Let me know. Says wow, Ramsey to the Skins. I mean, come on, man. Can y'all imagine? I can't. I can't. Honestly, I can't. He says I can't wait to get him. Of course, I cannot. I can't wait. I just have this image in my head already. So the defense is gonna look like this. Collins and Malik Hooker safety too. We might be able to get him. I'm telling you guys, we can get at least a 2 to 5 players next year, barring paying Brandon Sheriff too. We got to pay Brandon Sheriff. You know what I mean? We got to pay Brandon Sheriff out their money, the money he deserves. So if after that we can get Malik Hooker maybe, and also Jalen Ramsey. He says, as long as Charles stay clean, we are good. Yeah, that's the only thing that's with Sadiq Charles is the strength and the off-field issues. But I think with him being with Ron Rivera, he knows that he's not going to be able to do all this stuff. And now that he's getting a paycheck towards his name, man, he'll be a fool to mess that up. But we've seen players mess it up, so I'm not going to act like it's not a thing that happens. So yeah, back to what I was saying here. He says looking for O-line or QB. Yeah, for sure. So back to what I was saying. If we was to get one Jalen Ramsey or a Malik Hooker, so the defense would go like this. Obviously, we had the front seven of Payne, Allen, Chase, Montez, Ryan Anderson. We know how this front seven is going to be, and all that next year and in 2021. But the back end, the secondary is going to be nasty, man. Jalen Ramsey, Vivian Monroe, Kendall Fuller in the slot, Landon Collins, and maybe Malik Hooker. If Sean Davis doesn't pan out, because for some reason Ron Rivera and the coaching staff love Sean Davis, and they obviously know something that we don't know about Sean Davis because they love him a lot. So what do you guys think about the weakest link or the schedule? Let's just talk anything about football, man. Comment down below. I'm gonna answer anything that regards to the Washington Redskins. Um one thing I did want to talk about. What are you guys' Kendall Fuller's expectations? Because we know the Chiefs didn't use him to his best to his full potential when he was in Kansas City and when he was here in Washington his first go around. We know how good he really was for us. He says our cornerback room is full of role players. None of them are considered star players, and you're right. You're right. I can't be nothing like I cannot agree with that more because if you look at Darby, right? Let's take Darby for an example. Hometown kid from Potomac, Maryland. Um, we know how bad he's been. You know what I mean? He's solid. You know what I mean? He's a good cornerback when he was in Buffalo alongside Stephon Gilmore. But then when he went to Philly, and I don't want to just make it seem like I'm hating on Philly or whatever, but when he went to Philly, Philly did not use him right. And Philly, quite frankly, never uses their cornerbacks right. You know what I mean? Philly's always had a terrible secondary, although they've been having big names and good names. With Jim Schwartz being their defensive coordinator, used to he just never was able to use their secondary right. And I feel as though if Darby coming to DC, and although if he can stay healthy, because we know he's been injury prone for the past couple years, if he can stay healthy, we know how good Ronald Darby could be. Just take his Buffalo years for an example. When he was in Buffalo, he was very, very, very good. He says not super. He says, let me see. Keep scrolling up. Okay, he's a ball hog. My boy HTTR says, of course, he says, my boy AJ. Shout out to AJ. He says Giants say they're the favorites for Ramsey. He wants to play in New York. Hopefully he goes where the money is, which is DC. Let me talk about these Giants fans. Let me talk about these Giants right quick, man, because these Giants get on my nerves. Giants believe they can get anybody. Giants believe they can get anybody in the world. They just paid Bradbury 15 million a year. Correct me if I'm wrong. They just paid Bradbury 15 million a year. So don't no, they can't get my bad. I was taking a video to post on Instagram as the chat and telling people come through. But 15 million a year, right? 15 million a year. They still have a lot of players to pay, and they believe they can get anybody. If am I right? Am I right? They can believe they can get anybody. 15 million a year for Bradbury, which I believe. Although I wanted us to get Bradbury, Bradbury is not worth 15 million a year, and Terry is going to cook him twice a year. Trust me when I say that. I'm not being biased. Terry McLaurin cooked Stephon Gilmore, who was the defensive player of the year last year. So Bradbury getting cooked twice a year. He says, who do you think Dallas will sign at QB as QB? They got Dak Prescott, right? They got Dak Prescott, of course. Well, do they have Dak Prescott? We don't know. We don't know. Dak wants that Patrick Mahomes money. Dak Prescott is crazy. He better go kick himself somewhere. You know what I mean? You better go. I think Dak doesn't want to be in on Dallas. What do you think? Because if he did, he would have been signed a contract. I think if he doesn't want to be in Dallas, why not just say that, Dak? Why not just say you don't want to be in Dallas anymore instead of you just declining the offer? You know what I mean? He wants that Patrick Mahomes money. He declined an offer that would have made him the highest paid quarterback in history. 175 mil. This dude wants the Patrick Mahomes deal. Only quarterback in this league right now deserves the only quarterback in this league. Let me put out another video for the people. The only quarterback in this league that deserves the contract like that is one Patrick Mahomes. So I don't understand why Dak Prescott is declining the offer. But who I believe is going to be a quarterback for the Cowboys? Who, Andy Dalton? Maybe I don't know. I don't care what the Cowboys do, honestly, because they're always going to fold. You know, they got CeeDee Lamb. Congratulations, Cowboys fans. Y'all got CeeDee Lamb, but are y'all going to be good? Like that's what it is at this point. They always have the talent, but they never is able to put on show. Case in point, last year they literally had the most talent in the division. They had the most talent in the division, and they underperformed as always. As always, they underperformed. You know what I mean? And the Eagles won the division. The Eagles never have the most talented team. Never had the most talented team, but they always win a division. They always win a division. And I think it's going to be like that again. So who Dallas gets at quarterback, I don't care or don't know. Just put Andy Dalton out there if you want to, because obviously Dak Prescott doesn't want to be there. He says, I can't wait to get Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, me either. Me neither, man. That's going to be so crazy. I can't wait. He says, I took a look at the Air Coryell offense. It's going to be crazy. Yeah. Let me talk about the Air Coryell offense. I made a video on the Air Coryell offense a couple days ago. It was about who was Scott Turner. Go check that out if you guys haven't seen that video. But the Air Coryell's offense is crazy. It is set up perfectly for Dwayne Haskins to thrive. And Dwayne Haskins is going to have fun with that offense. It's a vertical passing offense that is just strictly passing. You know what I mean? So I can't wait for Dwayne Haskins to eat up in there. And what did he do best in Ohio State? He passed the ball deep. And hey, I'm telling y'all, man, Don Coryell, the creator of this offense, the Chargers head coach, look him up. Look him up, man. That's going to be so crazy. I can't wait. He says, not super excited about our DBs this year, hoping for them to cover up. Let me talk about DBs too. Now, one thing, the reason why I'm not so scared about our DBs headed into 2020 is because when you have a star-studded D line such as us that we have, 5 first-round draft picks, you don't need a tough secondary. You don't need a secondary that's going to be like OC. And what I mean by OC is a shutdown secondary such as Antonio Cromartie and a Darrelle Reeves with the Jets. You don't need that when you have a star-studded front pass rush. For case in point, 2017 Eagles, right? They didn't have a star-studded secondary. In fact, they had Ronald Darby, I believe, and Jalen Mills in the secondary. Those corners aren't good. Like, come on, man. But they had a star-studded pass rush led by one Brandon Graham and Chris Long. So when you have a pass rush that's going to get to the quarterback, you don't need a secondary that's going to have to cover for more than 7 seconds. And I'm not worried about our secondary because our front seven got it. Long as they can cover long enough for our secondary or for our defensive line to get back there, we should be fine. He says, not super excited about our DVs yet. Already read that. I'm trying to get to everybody's comment. Oh, it scrolled down. Trying to get to everybody's comment. He says he's going to play outside, I bet. If you're talking about Fab, right? He says that's because I put Kendall Fuller at safety. Kendall Fuller at safety? I don't know how I feel about that. He says was Fuller the number 1 or number 2 cornerback in Houston? Fuller played in Kansas City. Fuller played in Kansas City, and he was the slot corner, I believe. I think he played a little bit outside, but I could be wrong. Says Del Rio plays a lot of press man coverage. Yeah, I know. And that's one thing I like about Del Rio. He wants a feisty corner. Now, let me say this, and y'all might disagree with me. Hey, one player that I believe that would thrive in Del Rio's defense is Josh Norman. Because we know how before you guys say what? Hear me out. We know how feisty Josh Norman is. We know how he likes to get up in the cornerback's head. We know how Odell, Dez Bryant, and Marco, whatever you want to talk about. We know how he likes to get in the cornerback's head. That's one thing he is good at. Although he gets burnt a lot and all that, I think he would thrive in the Del Rio's defense because Del Rio likes players that's gonna play aggressive and getting your ish. You know what I mean? I can't say the other word because I don't curse on this channel, but you know what I mean. He says, I think Cole Holcomb is slept on. Pretty excited for him. And yeah, of course. Cole Holcomb is slept on. He led the league in and he led the rookies in tackles last year. He can only get better from here. He's going to be a Pro Bowler this year. Mark my words. What is it? May 24th, Sunday, May 24th. I'm saying it right now. Cole Holcomb will be a Pro Bowler. Let me put that on Instagram. Mark my words, Cole Holcomb will be a Pro Bowler. Let me see, man. Let me put it out here on Instagram. But Cole Holcomb will be a Pro Bowler, and my light just went out. We good though, man. We're gonna thug it up. He says, he's gonna play outside of bed. Okay, let me scroll down. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read everybody's comment. I don't like skipping nobody's comment because I know everybody wants to hear their self heard. He says, I think Cole Holcomb is okay. I already read that. Shout out to OKG 2000. Yo, what's up, bro? AJ says Monroe would have been a first rounder, was a third due to the pec injury lifting weights. Yeah, you think so? I really was happy in 2017. Excuse me, when we got one Fabian Monroe. I was so happy. Let me put this out right quick on the Instagram so we can get more people here. But I was excited about the Fab pick in 2017, man. That was really a steal, in my opinion. But we tried to force him to play the outside, which we know he wasn't good at, or should I say the slot, which we know he wasn't good at. But when he was put in the outside, we know how good he thrived. So let me scroll down here. My boy AJ says Holcomb weakness is coverage. I love that guy. Yeah, for sure. And one thing about Holcomb's coverage is it's not that bad, but it's not that good. He reminds me of a Mason Foster. That's how bad his coverage is. But like he can only go up from here. He's a rookie. You know what I mean? He was a rookie. And he only can get better from here. But we know he can tackle. He can tackle for sure. Led rookies in tackling last year, so we know how that dude gets down. He says, I think our DBs is our weakest link. We only have one, maybe two solid players that we know of so far. And I couldn't agree with you more. Darby, Fab Monroe. We know Dunbar. If Dunbar was still here, and Dunbar and Fab would be the number 1 and 2, and we know we would have been comfortable with that. But as of right now, I couldn't agree with you more. Our cornerbacks could be one weak link. It says exactly if he studies the playbook and gets the protection down. T Mac, AGG, Smith, Slot McKissick, did I say that right? Slot McKissick, and Gibson out the backfield, and D has 5K yards passing easily. Of course, man. And don't forget about my boy Bryce Love, Isaiah Washington. Man, we loaded on talent. I'm telling you. If 2021 happens to be a trial run, or should I say 2020 happens to be a trial run, it's okay, because 2021 with this loaded talent that we have here, and we have 100 million in cap space. 2021 is our year where we compete for a Super Bowl, and I'm mark my words. Mark my words. We might show up 1 year early in 2020. I'm telling people, don't be surprised if it happens. He says, yeah, I agree with his coverage. Not great. Was built for beef. LOL. Let's see. JC. Shout out to my boy JC. He says, have you seen any footage on Reuben Foster here? He will be healthy and ready for training camp. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Last update that I remember from Reuben Foster was that he was just now getting nerve or feeling back into his foot. Foot. I want to say his foot. I did the video on this about 2 months ago. I can't remember what I said. But he should be ready for training camp. His agent did say he should be ready for training camp. So it should be good to see. And I really can't wait for Reuben Foster to be out there. Reuben Foster at the middle, Sean Dion. Oh my God, I can't wait. And if you guys don't know, Sean Dion and Reuben Foster was nice together at Alabama. So when they get out there together, they already gonna have that chemistry, guys. So Sean Dion, Reuben, Cole Hogan, whatever is going to be out there, even John Bostic, Thomas Davis. We have a lot of linebackers that we can throw out there, and it's going to be good. Ryan Anderson, maybe, but we know Sean Dion and Reuben is a great chemistry. They have great chemistry. Them two together, oh my God. He says, let me see what else. He says, I like Kendall Fuller. He says he's a stud in the slot. I say our corners as a weak spot, but I think our pass rush will neglect that. I think Fabian is very solid on the outside. Yes, for sure. Joe, shout out to my boy Joe, man. Joe Stan. He literally just said everything I said. Fab is good on the outside, and even with our pass rush being so great, we don't need a star-studded secondary. Says Fuller is king on the inside. Of course, man. No slot receiver is catching a pass on Kendall Fuller until like week 5. Until like week 5. My boy on the Warpath says Fabian is king. Let me post that for my boy on the Warpath. He says people are sleeping on Foster potential impact if he's healthy. Yes, if he's healthy and he stay off the field or have his off the field issues erased, we know how talented he is. That boy Reuben Foster is a hitter. He says Cole Hogan will never be a Pro Bowler. You're gassing. What? Hey, somebody let my boy know. Somebody let my boy know that. Let me go back up to that comment. Somebody let my boy know Cole Holcomb can be and will be a Pro Bowler. He literally led all rookies he led all rookies in tackles. He led all rookies in tackles, and he's a rookie, or he's coming off a rookie season. So just imagine he has what I want to say 15 years left under his belt. At least that's what the middle linebacker rate is nowadays. He has so much time to improve his coverage issues. So for you to say that he's not gonna be a Pro Bowler, man, come on, man. He says not sure. But I mean, I can't knock your opinion because I mean that's your opinion. But I had to put that out there, man. My boy Holcomb is nice, and he will be a Pro Bowler. And you're right. He says not sure if Holcomb is even going to start. You're right. It's all about camp competition. I believe Holcomb is probably outside of Fabian, or should I say Ruben. He is probably the best linebacker that we have, or the most potential linebacker that we have, because he's young. He's young, and I would rather go with the young guns instead of going with the older guys such as a John Bostic or a Thomas Davis Sr. He says we got the recipe to start Barkley. Oh yeah, definitely, boy. Chase Young, Payne, Sweat, Ioannidis, Tim Settle, John Allen. They're not letting that rock. They're not letting that rock now that we're in the 4-3. I'm telling you. He says Cole will be a Pro Bowler. Hey Nathan, let me post you, man, because tell him. What's good, Juan? Or I just read that. Nathan, what's good? He says, what's good, Juan? He says, hey, bro, how you doing? He says, Sadiq Charles will be for us. He says, oh, what do you think Sadiq Charles will be for us? I think Sadiq Charles will be a stud for us, man. It might take some time, but he's going to get there, and I really think he can be Trent Williams' replacement. Did I post? Oh, let me get that. Did I post that on my page? I think I did. Let me make sure I get some people up in here, man. Make sure you guys share out the stream. Thumbs up the stream if you didn't already. He says tight end is pretty weak too. He says thoughts on linebackers. Our linebackers is good, man. Our linebackers is good. We know how star-studded we are at linebacker, bro. Let me post y'all on the Instagram. Hey, y'all say what's up. But our linebackers is pretty good, man. I'm telling you. We have a lot of linebackers. Young, old, whatever. That's probably the most solidified group I want to say on this team outside of our D-line, of course. Our linebackers are solidified because we have the young talent players in such as one Cole Holcomb and Reuben Foster, and we have the older guys and the older vets as one John Bostic and Thomas Davis Sr., who Thomas Davis Sr. knows how it's ran, that Ron Rivera likes it ran. So that's only going to be helping us. He says we need a mic. Yeah, we do need a mic. Actually, I think we have our mic. What do you guys think? Cole Holcomb or Reuben Foster is going to play the middle? He says, you think AP can get 1K yards? Of course I think Adrian Peterson can get 1K yards. 34 years old last year, had over, I want to say, he had at least 700, 800 rushing yards for the season, and he probably would have had more if Jay Gruden wouldn't have made him a healthy scratch and would have used him more often in the start of the season. Because we know once Bill Callahan took over the team, we know Adrian Peterson was going off and he was happy. Case in point, the San Francisco 49ers game. I know we lost that, but that dude was eating. The Panthers game where him and Darius guys went over both for 100 yards. So I do think Adrian Peterson, at the age of 35, can get 1,000 yards. He says AGG better be the man. He's from my school. Oh, you go to Liberty? You go to Liberty? AGG. Prayers to AGG, man. We know he's just recovering from Corona. But it was mild, but he did have Corona. So he's good now though, guys. So I don't want anybody to freak out. He is good now. But yeah, AGG is gonna be nasty, man. I'm telling you. He says, who would you have for general manager? Kyle Smith. Of course, Kyle Smith, man. I don't know what's taking so long, but they need to announce him now. Kyle Smith is the guy. He says we need a London Fletcher. Hey, Cole Holcomb is our London Fletcher. No, I'm just playing. He says, I can't wait to see Gibson. I think he is going to have an Alvin Kamara kind of impact for us early on and to be in NFL's biggest surprise. Hey, man, I'm telling you, Antonio Gibson is a steal. I'm telling you, he is a steal, man. He's really good. I was in a guy's live stream that went to Cincinnati, and he said that they played Memphis, and they said Antonio Gibson is really good. John Bostic is so mediocre at the mic. Yeah, and I believe you. I couldn't agree more with you. John Bostic, he's okay. He's way better. Hey, he's way better than one Mason Foster. I can give you that. He can tackle really good, which Mason Foster could too, but he can't cover like a Mason Foster. So if we get Reuben Foster in there who can tackle and cover pretty good, we should be solid. But he has to get so healthy first. He says who would play the Will, who would play the Sam. I think I know Sean. I want Sean Dion to play the Sam. But I we don't know, man. It's all about the competition. He says Foster getting the steam call treatment out here, the cell treatment out here. Yeah, I seen a video about that. Like I want to say a couple months ago, even when the season was going on about it, um he was getting the stem cell treatment. Isn't Foster a Will? He can play the Will, but he is more of the Mike, the middle linebacker. Says Reuben Foster getting stem cell, be ready by the trade deadline. Yeah, I heard about that too, but his agent did come out and say that he could be ready for training camp. He says huge Liberty fan, so I was incredibly stoked to get him. Yeah, I love AGG already, man. He hasn't even played a lick of football yet, or for the Washington Redskins. He says Ryan Anderson played pose too. Hey, Ryan Anderson's a dog. I'm telling you, Ryan Anderson is a dog. I think he said I can't even see because like it went. He says Ryan Anderson played possessed too. Okay, there you go. Because it was only showing half of the word. He says thought on Sean Davis at free safety. We talked about this earlier, but I think Sean Davis could be special, man. I really don't. A lot of Steelers fans were clowning us for having and being happy that we got Sean Davis. But obviously he's not the best. But Ron Rivera knows something we don't because they want him to be the starter and they love Sean Davis a lot. Let's see here. I'm just looking at my Instagram to make sure I posted it. All right, so we up there. Boom. So, all right. What do you guys think after talking about all the positions? Who do you think is most outside of Haskins and all them guys? Who do you think is going to shock us the most this season and have actually a good season? Who no one is talking about and is expecting him to have a good season? Obviously, we're expecting and thinking Haskins going to have a good season. We think Terry's going to have a good season. Who do you think is going to shock us? Steven Sims going to have a good season. I really believe Harmon is going to be the number 2, and he's going to have a great season, man. That's why I said Harmon was the most underrated player on the Washington Redskins. He says, "Trust me, don't sleep on Hudson. I think he's gonna play one of the outside linebacker spots. Rivera loves him and thinks he can play the role of Thomas Davis did in Carolina. Let me look up Hudson for you and read you off his stats from last year. You know we got Kevin Pierre Lewis too. Let me look up Hudson. We know we got him this year in the draft, but I wanted to look up his stats for us. Hudson, I believe that Hudson can play. They when I did my research on Hudson from Michigan, they said he's like the Jabril Peppers. He can play safety too. So he's like a poor man's Isaiah Simmons. So I really like Hudson a lot. Kaleki Hudson, 5'11", 220. And I'm not sleep on him. I really do believe that Kaleki Hudson could be a stud on this team. He says not sold on Harmon. I think Sims, McLaurin, and AGG will start. And I can't blame you. I can't blame you. And I think that's a good take. I think that's a good take. Reason for saying that is because we can't go wrong with either Harmon or AGG. But the reason why I'm a big Harmon fan and a lot of people are sleeping on Harmon is because I seen what Harmon could do at his best. And I'm pretty sure you guys did too. But at the beginning of the year, Harmon wasn't given this the same shine by Jay Gruden that he was given by Terry and Sims. So I can agree with you why you're not sold on Harmon, but I'm sold on Harmon. I've seen enough for him to know that this guy could ball out. Just look at his highlights. I'm telling you. Hey, shout out to the 30 in the stream, man. We got 30 in the stream. Make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications. Share the stream out so we can get more people in here. But we got 30 in the stream tonight, man. Shout out to all 30 in the stream. He says, I might seem biased as a Liberty fan, but I'm pretty convinced Gandy Golden is our least or as at least our second best receiver. He might even end up playing better than McClung. Ooh, hey, Eli, you had me, but you lost me. You had me, but you lost me. You say he gonna be better than McClung? What? He's gonna be better than Scary Terry. Hey, that's a bold take, y'all. What do y'all think about Eli's topic? And look, I put it on the screen for y'all so y'all can read it yourself. Look what Eli said. I'm sorry, Eli, if I'm putting you on blast, man, but you gotta get on blast. You said AGG is gonna be better than McLaurin. You had me, but you lost me. He says, Eli, that's saying a lot because McLaurin is going to be top 5 receiver in the entire league within 2 years. Hey, McLaurin's going to be a top 5 receiver this year. He literally is already a top receiver coming off his rookie year. And if he can build off that, he's going to be a top receiver this year. I'm telling you, he already, and it's not like he went up against bad. I always got to defend Terry because a lot of people like to with Terry McLaurin, but always got to say this: Terry McLaurin didn't play against bad competition last year. He played against all the top tier cornerbacks last year. Stephon Gilmore cooked him. Xavier Rhodes cooked him. James Bradbury cooked him. Byron Jones cooked him. Xavier Howard from the Dolphins cooked him. I know y'all remember that touchdown that Case Keenum threw, that beautiful bomb in the back of the end zone where my boy Terry said he came in, he ran around, he came in, back out. He did a go, back out. You know what I mean? He literally cooked every starting corner on the team last year for each team. And it's not like we played bums. Jalen Mills, Ronald Darby. You know what I mean? So we cooked DeAndre Baker. You know what I mean? So he cooked every starting cornerback. It's not like he played anybody that's buns, man. Terry is just different. Like my boy Nicholas said, Terry is different. He says, have you seen his arms? Are you talking about AGG? Because if you are, then I know AGG is gonna be a stud. I'm not saying that he's not, but to say he's better than Terry, that's crazy. My boy Brandon said Darius Geist might, and I believe Darius Geist will, just long as he can stay healthy. He showed us what he can do when healthy. So as long as he can stay healthy, man, Darius Geist is gonna be nasty. He says if Foster is ready, he should be the Will, Cole at the mic, and Ryan Anderson at the Sam. We might start this year with Davis for experience, and Sean Dion Hamilton is going to be there for a lot of snaps at our linebacker group is deep. I'm telling you, Joe. I'm telling you, man. Our linebacker group is deep, and I'd rather start Sean Dion only because if Reuben Foster is starting, Sean Dion and Reuben Foster has that Alabama chemistry, and I'm telling you guys, look it up. When these guys are on the field together, they are mean, man. They are mean. My boy Eli said, I think Sean Dion. Oh, I lost the comment. Oh, all right, there you go. He says, I think Sean Dion Hamilton might actually be the most underrated. I'm telling you, man, Sean Dion is nasty. He's probably our best linebacker on his team right now. That's proven. Let me say that's proven. Other than obviously Thomas Davis, because we know Thomas Davis is on the way to the Hall of Fame career. If not a Hall of Fame career, a little bit short of a Hall of Fame career. But he is our best linebacker in my opinion, man. That's my opinion. Sean Dion Hamilton is literally underrated. If he was on a better team and getting more snaps, he would be more appreciated. I'm telling you. OKG said Terry's such a beast. 900 yards, 7 touchdowns in the offense, and missed 2 games. He was more impressive than Debo, Brown, and Metcalf. Yet, dang, the comment keep going away. He says, but yet they got talked about a lot more. And that's because he plays for the Redskins, but they're going to put some respect on our name. And let's just say this. Terry McLaurin would have had over 1,000 yards and over 13 touchdowns if Dwayne Haskins, Case Keenum didn't overthrow him. My bad for the air raid, but I had to let that out there. He would have had at least 13 touchdowns because we know Dwayne overthrew him twice in one game, and even in more games he overthrew him. Case Keenum obviously overthrew him a lot, and especially week 1. So we know Terry is mean, man. Let me post that because that had to get off my chest. Terry, I defend Terry like that's my favorite rapper or something. You know how you get on defensive when someone talks trash about your favorite music artist? I gotta defend Terry like that. He says, which West do you think is gonna start left guard? West Schwartz or West Martin? I don't know. That's a good question. That's going to be a nice battle. Whatever West we go with is going to be good. But I think West Schwartz is going to get the start only because he has a lot of experience and he's going to be pretty good. Although Wes Martin was pretty good down the stretch last year when he was asked to go in. So honestly, I don't know, man. Hey, whatever one we go with is going to be a star. And it's going to be pretty good. 30 people in the stream, man. Make sure you guys thumbs up the stream, turn on post notifications, and we're gonna do this a lot more often. He says, DeAndre Baker cooked himself with Dunbar. hey, hey, man, they got off sweet, man. But are you surprised, man? They're NFL players and pro athletes, so don't. I'm not surprised that they got off sweet, but they know they're wrong for what they did. But we ain't gonna speak on that. He says, I think Scary Terry will go over 1,000 yards this season. Of course he will. Of course he will. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, cornerbacks and teams have film on Scary Terry now. That don't mean nothing. Scary Terry is built different, man. I'm telling you, man. He's gonna have over 1,000 yards this season. Let's see what my boy B Nizzle say. Hey, shout out to B Nizzle, man. My boy B Nizzle. He says AGG is big time. He's definitely better than your boy Harmon. I love AGG, man, and I love Harmon, man. We can't go wrong with whatever one we go with. But I'm telling you guys, Harmon is special, bro. I'm telling you guys, Harmon is special, man. Yeah, Harmon has incredible hands. AGG is a monster too. He says Harmon has incredible hands. AGG is a monster too. I could even see him transition to tight end. Dude put on 22 bench on a bench rep. Now a lot of people are saying that AGG should be tight end. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean? I don't know how I feel about AGG being a tight end. I'd rather have Cam Sims at tight end than the AGG because Cam Sims is 6'5", faster than the AGG. But if he put on a couple pounds, I could see Cam Sims being a tight end. But I don't know how I feel about AGG being a tight end. I would have to see it to believe it. He says Sean Dion is a great tackler. Yes, he is. He says if a non-Skins fans talk bad about my Skins, the comment finished that. Oh, okay. I see. All right. So he says if all right. So let me see. He says if a non-Skins fan talk trash about my Skins, that's it. All right. My boy B Nizzle says Charles will be a great starting left guard and a damn good one. You think so? I think Sadiq is gonna be good at left tackle. Hey, if you look at his highlights, you seen how clean that pocket was for Joe Burrow. Now I know you guys are saying that's college, but college athletes and Clemson have a lot of good D tackles. What's his name? Cleveland Furl. And a guy just came out of Clemson this year. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. But we know how clean that pocket was for one Sadiq Char or Joe Burrow last year. He says, I realistically, my boy Bobby, he says, I realistically see us winning 5 games this year. Close games we will look good, but this is not our year to start. It's to start year after, and I can't disagree with that. I had us going. I want to say 6-10, 7-9, but 5 games is realistic too. You know what I mean? Because everyone has to get used to each other. They have to settle in. Stuff like that. They have to settle in with each other. So with us winning 5 games, that is realistic, man. But I just don't want Redskins fans calling for Ron Rivera's job after 1 year. You know what I mean? He says looking at our linebacker group, speed and versatility. And Carmen just went away. Versatility is what sticks out the most. That's what's needed in today's NFL. Yes. Versatility, especially at the skill positions. We know how versatile our running back core is with Isaiah Wright can play wide receiver, running back, Antonio Gibson, Bryce Love. We're very versatile. He says, "What's up, Gotti? My boy B Nizzle, what's up, man?" My boy Eli says, if we go 5-11, at least we get another high draft pick, maybe get a tackle from Oregon. Yeah, 5-11, that's probably should land us around 5 to 7, maybe. And we can get a tackle. He says 6-10 is my prediction, but if we get a big upset late in the year, okay, yeah. And then with this new playoff format, teams could go to the playoffs 8-8, 7-9. He says, yeah, we got to know this year is our polishing year and decision year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That why do you think Ron Rivera made all of those 1 year deals this year, man? It's all for proven deals, man. Who's going to be here in 2020 when we're actually contending for a Super Bowl? He says, I just have a good feeling about this year. And I do too. I do too. But I'm not going to upset myself unless it's like we're going out there and playing like poo. I'm not gonna get mad and be like, "Oh man, Ron Rivera needs to be fired," because it's his first year on the job. He says big boy from the Bears will start at left tackle. You talking about Cornelius Lucas, 6'8". I like Cornelius Lucas. Um, put him at left tackle. Put I'm trying to think, cause cause you have Wes Chaucer, Wes Martin. I don't know. Actually, I don't know who would play left guard then. Because we know Brandon Sheriff got right guard on lock. We know Morgan Moses got right tackle on lock. We know Chase Roulier it has center on lock. But left guard, it's open. But I don't know. I would rather have Sadiq at left tackle because that's what he's familiar with. He says, did we get a whole new medical staff too this offseason? Yes, we did. And the head trainer now is Ryan Vermillion, someone that is well respected around the league and one of the best head trainers in the league, and is Ron Rivera's boy. He says 10-6 smash mouth football. Hey, I can agree with that too, man. Just run the ball down their throat and we can win the games. Milk the clock and kick a game winning field goal every game. Just playing. He says, I don't know what to think about Thaddeus Moss the tight end. I like that, man. I like Thaddeus Moss. He has a lot else to work on, but he's really better than what people think. He says, I like Matt Busham from BYU next year's draft at tight end. I'll look into that. Let me write that down. I'll look into that. He says Charles at left guard. I like Charles at left tackle. But hey, you might be right. I'm going to I'm trying to go to training camp this year. I live in Maryland. So the drive to Ashburn is probably an hour or 45 minutes. So I want to go to training camp this year because this year's training camp is actually going to be competitive because every spot is going to be up for grabs. No one spot is guaranteed. But if I did have to say one person's spot was guaranteed, that is one Terry McLaurin. Other than that, no one spot is guaranteed on this team. 27 people in the stream, man. Make sure you guys thumbs up the stream, turn on post notifications, share out the stream so we can get more people up in here. Let me see what's going on in here, man. My boy Clover says I'm from Howard County, Maryland. Woo, where is that at? I've never been to Howard County. I'm from Prince George's County. He says, take some good film of the camp if you go. Oh, you know I am. Hey, you know I am. You know for sure I am. I'm making a ton of videos. You know I am. That's no question. He said, I saw Bushman play when I watched Liberty versus BYU. And Bushman is a stud. He could be the next Chris Cooley. Ooh, hey, if you making bold statements like that, I definitely got to look him up. Let me look. What's his name? Bushman, BYU? Let me look him up. He says, I'm not disrespecting Charles. I think he'll be the next Larry Allen. Okay. That's a bold statement. PG. Nicholas Reynolds, what's up, man? PG. Hey, PG, man. Tell him how it is. Tell him the PG slang. Mo was good. It was good. Kill. Hey, teach him the P. Hey, they ain't ready for that. Tell him what the mumbo sauce is. This is HTTR, baby, from Montana. HTTR from Montana, baby. Montana, the state? You're from Montana, Bobby? What's in Montana? Hey, let me know what's in Montana. What's in Montana? You know what I mean? You know how you have them states that's like you're like, what is there? Like Rhode Island. Who lives in Rhode Island? Like, what is there in Rhode Island? You know what I mean? Hey, and no disrespect to Montana. Montana is probably a great place. I just don't know what is in Montana, you know, to attract somebody to, you know, be in Montana. You know I can't be the only one that thinks like that. Like, who would live in Vermont? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's states like that. Like, you're like, who would live there? You know what I mean? Rhode Island, Wyoming. You know what I mean? Who lives there? He said they're not ready for on God. On God, they not. He says Bozeman. Bozeman. He says you're talking. He says you talking. What? You talking the Eastern Auto commercials out here? Are you talking about Eastern Motors? I'm not. I don't understand that. He says, "Do we have a fullback?" I forgot about the position. Be pretty sure Rivera will want one. We did have one late towards the end of the season. We know Bill Callahan did sign him. I think his name was Burton. Let me look him up. I remember us having a tight end for last season because Bill Callahan did sign one. Let me look him up. He was number 45. I just forgot his name. He said, "I think Moss will start at fullback." Yeah, I was in Street Scores stream earlier. Someone said something about that. Moss playing fullback. I could see it. Billings, not Bozeman. Who is Billings? Let me know here. Who is Billings so I can look all these players up, man. You're not gonna do my college scouting early this year. My college scouting early. Let me look up Bushman from BYU too while I'm at it. Matt Bushman, 6'5", 240. Okay. Bozeman for is in Dakotas. Oh, okay. So is Bozeman a city in Montana? I just looked up Bozeman. Is Bozeman a city in Montana? Billings, Montana. Oh, I'm thinking it's a player. Yeah, it's a city. Okay. That should show you I'm a Maryland baby, man. I'm a Maryland baby, PG County, man. I'm not from Montana, as you can see. I don't know none of them cities. Says maybe H back like Joe Gibbs used to have. Yeah, maybe. But like, can y'all tell me what's in Montana though? Like, what's in Montana for it to make someone wants to live in Montana? No disrespect to people that love Montana and live in Montana, but you know how like people wants to live in Maryland because of obviously the crabs, the beautiful harbors that we have. You know what I mean? He says, nah, Bozeman is Montana too. Is in Montana too. One of the big colleges here. Don't go to Wyoming or Dakotas. Yeah, man. I'm just like, what's in Wyoming? What's in Dakota? Like, what's the purpose of Dakota? I know it's close to Minnesota though. Good call, you like, yeah, maybe Joe Gibbs. Maybe we'll have an H back like Joe Gibbs used to be. Says my parents and grandparents are from Baltimore and always talking about the blue crabs. Hey, crabs, I can get down with some crabs. He says, I've lived in a few places. Grew up in Middleton, Maryland. Also lived in Fredericksburg, VA, but just left for Middleton, PA. So okay, so you all over like the northern part of I want to say this area. You know, Maryland is right in the middle of the South, which South is Virginia, Georgia, Florida. The North is like Delaware, Pennsylvania, um, Delaware, Pennsylvania. I'm trying to see what's after Pennsylvania. I can't remember right now, but down north. 27 people in here, man. Hey, that's like what is y'all favorite things to eat, man? You know, we're family. We could talk anything. It don't have to be just football. You know, even though that's what it's mainly. We can talk about basketball. What's your favorite thing to eat? Whatever. What's your favorite thing to cook? Says y'all, yeah, Montana's like VA, but better. Oh, better skiing and more rivers. I think I don't know. VA is nice to fall. Tyree Burnett has subscribed to your channel on YouTube. Hey, shout out to Tyree Burnett. He says geography 101 with Mr. Gotti. Hey, y'all, I'm graduating this year, man. Y'all happy? I'm graduating, man. I'm going to be in the 12th grade this year. I might go to the Air Force. So we can keep y'all posted though if that happens. I might go to the Air Force or a school to become a sports anchor. But I'll let you guys know for sure. He says I wouldn't mind living way up north. At least the weather is great. Isn't it cold up north really? Or are you like talking about? I don't know. I think it's really cold up north. He says I wouldn't mind living way up north. At least the weather is great. Commented twice. He says I just got back from fishing. Oh, what kind of fish did you catch? Did you catch anything good? He says PO boy with any fried seafood. He says congrats on your 1,000 subscribers. That's a good luck or good look. Oh yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it, man. I couldn't do it without you guys. That's the first 1,000 on the belt. Next we're going for is 5,000. Hopefully get there at the start of 2021 or towards the end of probably Christmas time. Samantha, oh nice. Congrats, man. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Make sure you guys stubs up the stream, subscribe, share it out, and let's just continue to talk football, man. He says, I love cold and snowy. I hate hot summers. At least my bills would be low. Yeah, but I'm not much of a cold person. You know what I mean? Oh, some panfish, catch and release. Okay. But I'm not really much of a cold person, but I'm not really much of a hot person. I'm right in the middle, you know what I mean? So that's why I like Maryland. Because Maryland is cold during the wintertime. It's very cold during the wintertime. And then summertime is very, very hot. So I like Maryland because it's in the middle. Do you have a college team? Of course I have a college team. It's Maryland, baby. Maryland. Maryland, Maryland, Maryland. Maryland from basketball and football. Baseball too. Because I play baseball. This my school hat that we wear for baseball. This my glove. Well, this is one of my gloves. I have 4 gloves. But college team, hats fell. College team, of course, man. Maryland football is on the rise. We just got the number 2 best wide receiver in the country, and Rakim Johnson. I can't remember his name, last name. And we just got Talia, Tua's little brother. He says, "Rock chalk, baby." And I'm everything DC, by the way, guys. If you have any questions, he says firing. He says firing the fridge was at a Honduras decision. They might have made the worst coaching hires. Says JuanGotti, what do you think of Tag joining Maryland? I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Tua's little brother. We're going up. I'm telling you guys, in a couple years we're going up. We have this guy that went to Potomac High School, by the name of Corey Deitch is coming there too. So, yeah, I know it's Tua's little brother. But we have this guy by the name of Corey Deitch who's coming to Maryland too. He's another wide receiver, so another threat for Tua's little brother. Hey, I feel bad for Talia because Talia has a lot to make up, because if not, then he's gonna be known. Well, even if he does be great, he's still gonna be known by Tua's little brother. But whatever. He's as of right now, everyone just knows him as Tua's little brother. He says Kansas University. Oh, you a Kansas fan? He says if there had to be an NCAA tournament, I could have seen Liberty facing Maryland. You can see that. Hey, you must love Liberty. I mean, you did say you're a diehard, but like that must be your team. He says FSU, homie. Oh, you Florida State University. You all about the Florida State, huh? Hey, since y'all fired Jimbo Fisher, y'all haven't been good, man. Y'all need to get Jimbo back on the phone. He says Skins Nation checking in. Let me post that for my boy. What's up, T-Bone Johnny? What's up? How you doing, man? He says not sold on Loxley at all. They just totally tanked after such a hot start. Agree. Mm-mm-mm-mm. But if you think about it though, Maryland, they started off hot last year. We beat Howard. We I think we were like 3-0, 4-0. But then when we started to play that good competition, we started to tell off like Ohio State, the Penn State, stuff like that. Says Kansas would have won, baby. No lie, we got robbed by COVID. I think I guess, but I really think the sleeper team is always the best defensive team. North Carolina with Cole Anthony going down, that really stopped everything. I think Dayton would have probably won it, man. Obi Topping is nasty. He says I don't have Power Five team. He says I don't have a Power Five team in college. Oh yeah, I can understand that. He says I'm a Bucks fan. Ironically, favor Hokies and Terps except for OSU, of course. Love the Skins last two drafts. Yeah, man. I love the Redskins last 3, 4 drafts actually. Ever since Kyle Allen been calling the shots. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. We've been streaming for an hour. Thank you guys for all coming through. Make sure you guys thumbs up the stream, held to the Redskins, turn on post notifications, share out the stream, share out the channel. I appreciate everyone for coming through from the bottom of my heart. You didn't have to. Make sure you guys come through again for the next stream, which we'll be doing in a couple days. This probably could become a daily thing. So make sure you guys thumbs up the stream, held to the Redskins, turn on post notifications so you can notify and upload another video or stream another video will be coming out tomorrow. The grind doesn't stop. And hell to the Redskins, baby. He says we were the best D man, no doubt, best defender, best center, and PG. Like, come on, best coach, in my opinion. He says Liberty might have least the beat made it to the Sweet 16. I feel so bad for our seniors. They got robbed. Man, let's be real. Maryland, it was Maryland's year anyway this year. I believe that we would have made it to at least the Elite Eight or Final Four, man. Aunt Cowan was going off, man. What's his name? I can't forget it. I forgot his name off the top of my head, but our center is nasty. We just had a complete team. Says appreciate you, Juan. Penn State claps it up on the MD. Halfway, priest one. He says all over Alabama. Yep. Hey, hail to the Redskins. Turn on post notifications so notified when I upload a video about the NFL or the Washington Redskins or go live once again. Time to go get some food in my stomach. I'm very hungry. Thank you guys for coming through the stream, man. Hail to the Redskins. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. It's me, boy JuanGotti. I'm out. Oh, you're welcome. I just seen it before I end the stream. Thanks for the pin comment. That's what's up.